So far we have successfully been able to create a new record using our forms. However, we also want to be able to update our record so that we can satisfy this component. Now the workflow is basically the same. First thing we do, we create the endpoint that we can use to actually get the form to update. So we're gonna call it get update. Now, since for update you're working with an existing record, you're gonna pass in the ID of that particular record. Once we do that, we need to check, first of all, see if the movie exists. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna put in our movie here. You're gonna put in our movie here. Let's just fetch this one. This is our. We're just gonna fetch our movie here, but instead of providing it here, we're just gonna take what we already have. So we're gonna take this variable here, ID. Now it's very possible that this ID might not exist. Say if someone passes in a random number, for example. So you're gonna add in some kind of validation here. Just gonna say or fail. That's a method that comes with Laravel. Okay. So then after that, we need to see what has been updated. So here's where things get a little bit interesting. So we can decide to check if input c get has any value. So we can say if input has, for example, title and such. But in our case, we're just gonna assume that everything exists in our form. That's so we're gonna assume that everything exists, and then we're just gonna pass it to our form. So we're gonna call our form. So we're gonna return the view. So we're gonna return the view, and you're gonna call it say edit movie. Okay, so that part is done. Go back to our resources. Let's create a new file which we've called it edit movie blade.php. Okay, so speed that up. Okay, so this is gonna look a lot like this. So you're just gonna go and copy a lot of that there. Of course, now this one, instead of posting here, is gonna be posting to update. Now, in this particular case, the movie variable is gonna be available. So you're gonna fetch the data from there. Search. Right. So right now you're pulling in data that has been provided. So first of all, let's go ahead and see how this works so far. So for this to work, we need to go to our localhost 1000. Sorry, it seems we already started our server, I guess. So let's start our server. And let's see how that will say. Okay, good. So we need to go to our movies. Then we need to update something with a given ID, C4. Okay. That's telling us that we do not have this provided, yes, because we did not return it. We did not provide it here. So you provide data to your view. You just pass it in as an associative array. So in our case, we are passing in movie, and we want movie to be equivalent to this movie that we actually fetch. Okay, let's go right ahead and do that. Awesome. So right now when you do this, we're getting data from the existing movie. Okay. Next step, we want to change this to update so that we do not confuse ourselves. So this is just the update new movie. Okay, let's go ahead and try that. So awesome. Here's what would happen if someone put in some gibberish. Say no query results found for model. So we're gonna come up with a better way to handle these errors in a later episode, but for now it should suffice for us to just use what is existing. So this is not a new movie, but just update our movie. It's good enough for us right now. Okay, so good. Now next, we want, when we post, you want to post specifically to this ID. So this is how we do it. So after we have provided our URL that you're going to post to, we need to provide the ID as well. So I'm just going to go right ahead and append it here. Awesome. So let's confirm that worked. I am missing one thing. So let's put it there. Let's confirm that's okay. Awesome. Sorry. Okay. So we just want to make sure that there's this forward slash in front of that. So this is here. However, this is not a very clean way of doing it. So instead of having this ugly logic here, we're just gonna do some refactoring and move it up. So we're just gonna provide an update URL, and here we can use a lot of stuff. In our case, you're just gonna use what you're already using there. So you're gonna post to movies, update, and then to whatever we had here, we're gonna update, you're gonna append what was remaining. So the ID. And then we can pass in as a parameter the update URL. Okay. So now we have our update URL. So now we no longer need to do all this. We instead replace it with what we provided there, which was there, update URL. Okay. So still works. Now works even better. So once we have this done, once we do the post here, it's gonna post here to the post update. So all we need to find is the particular model. So we need to pass in the ID here as well. The reason we're doing all this, connecting the ID here and here, is because HTTP is stateless. Which means that all requests must carry all the information needed to execute them. Alright, so we're gonna go right ahead and take in our ID. That. So again, find or fail, because it's possible for this to fail. Once you have that, you're just gonna use most of this logic up to here actually. So let's just paste that here there and delete this one out. Delete it out. Delete this one. Delete this one. Okay. So hopefully that should work. Let's try it out. Okay, so let's try update the movie again. Just to see update the movie 4, which is summertime. So I'm gonna change the genre for this to family updated. See how that makes a difference. Alright, so that changes it. So this is the one with record 4. And let's see, we can update something else. Alright, so that's how we update. Let's get that part done so I can go to update.